and today we are playing The Curse of Strahd. Um, and this is one of our standard games where we play every week, same cast. And if you're interested in getting involved in a game like this, you need to join us in the Discord down below. That's where all of our games are organized. There's many games hosted throughout the week, and all you have to do is get in there and see if we can help you out. All right. Anyway, let's talk about where we are. Okay, so far in The Curse of Strahd, the party as a whole has been brought to Ravenloft against their will. And over the course of the adventure, the party has learned that Baron Strahd has brought them to this desolate land for reasons unknown. It's speculated by people in the party, by other NPCs, that he was brought them there for his amusement. He brought people here to torture them, to kind of hurt, and that over the course of their adventure, sorry, we're getting some feedback here. Apologize. Over the course of their adventure, they were eventually contacted by the Vistani, who read the party their fortune, and they have kind of been going about all of Ravenloft trying to find these objects that were foretold to them. Objects that, when revealed by Madame Eva, were said to be the key to helping them defeat Strahd and regain their freedom. And based on that knowledge, the party has found their way to the Amber Temple. And it's here in the Amber Temple that they hope to find the Sun Sword, a legendary relic that was once held by the paladin Sergei, Strahd's own brother, before he struck him down in rage and anger. And that is where we are picking up today. The party has been adventuring through the temple. It's been extremely difficult and very trying. There's been several deaths. Everyone has been quite hurt, and there are traps and trials all throughout. And where we go now, I'm going to pull you all down to the temple map. Nope, this one. Okay, they had heard that there is a treasure room that would possibly house the weapon. They have learned the password to disable the trap to the chamber in front of them. And when we ended the last session, you guys were just pushing open the doors to go into this room. And that's where we're going to pick up today. Let me unmute Spartan, see if maybe that feedback stopped.
Were you getting feedback from me?
It was.
Oh, that's weird.
You don't use a headset, do you? You just have speakers?
Yeah, I've got a microphone and speakers.
Yeah, see, that's what it is. It's my voice was going through your speakers, getting picked up by your microphone, which was then being put out through your speakers, which is picked up by your mic. It's like, I knew what it was. It was
strange, because I have push to talk on, so it shouldn't pick anything up if I'm not pressing the button.
I don't know. Joe Hills, thank you for the sub, buddy, and welcome to the family. Appreciate you.
Okay, so we're here. I guess Galahad's not going to open the door, so I may as well do it.
Yeah, Gallahan, somewhere between the 30 seconds to actually open the door and opening the door, he just and he falls over dead. Fuck that guy. I mean, frick! Oh, I did an oopsie.
It is what it is. Open the door.
Before Dogwoggle opens the door, I want to use Cure Wounds on him.
Thanks. That's appreciated.
Okay, I'm not nearly as prepared as I thought. because my stream title was still wrong. I'm still trying to get set up. Sorry everybody for the delay to the stream and for my unprofessionalism. But while we have this quick break before we open that door and finally see what's behind it, I know the suspense. Now would be a good time to talk about the party we're throwing all weekend. Woo! For those that weren't aware, because there was a little shitstorm that happened this weekend. This week it was revealed that we hit 5,000 followers on Twitch, and every game I host this weekend, I am giving away a copy of the Player's Handbook on Roll20 or the Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Winner's choice. I don't really care. Whichever one you think you would want more. And because I am running behind, I did not open that yet, so let me get that going. Reset. And let's make it $100 per ticket. Get everybody a chance to get in there. Or PHB Roll20. Yep. Open. Alright, so there we go. Instructions are in the chat if you want to try to win a book. Do the thing. Alright, focus. Game time. Brr. Opening the door. Okay, here we go. I'm opening door for real now. Totally not doing streamer things in the dead silence there. Oh God! Alright, so you guys can go ahead and add yourself to the turn order, because when you open the door, you see this giant amber golem, a familiar sight to other places within the temple. However, as you look inside, you also see big heaping glittering piles of golden coins and trinkets. There's armor, there's weapons, there's all manner of things laying throughout the chamber. It's very obvious that you have found the treasure room. And let us do the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Golem. Alright, Dogwoggle, it looks like you are going to be first.
Awesome. So first thing Dogwoggle's going to do is just pull his axe out and just shout, "Ha ha!" and just charge forward. He's going to move around it, and he's going to swing recklessly with his great axe.
Ooh boy. Reckless attack, both will hit for a total of 27. Adamantine, non-magical. It's a magical weapon. Thanks, Ozzy.
And that will end his turn.
27. So now it's the golem's turn. And the golem, since you rushed in and immediately started attacking, it's just going to slowly spin in its space, and it's going to raise its massive fist, and it is going to try and pummel Dogwoggle. Yep. Boom. Oh, the second one's a miss? Oh wait, I have advantage.
No, you do have advantage. The second one would actually hit anyway.
I wanted to roll and see if I crit. Okay, so we'll go with the 14, 26 for total of 40 damage. So 20. Just take 20 for expediency.
No, because I'm not raging. I'm out of rage.
Excuse me.
That's a good point. Yeah, I clicked the rage one, so I guess knock 4 damage off that. Yeah, 4 damage off. Yeah, my bad.
Oop. All right. I'm feeling pretty good about that. So the relative newcomer, Mark of Claw. It is your turn. Hey, you come here. Let me fix this. I said, let me fix it. Okay, you good, fam? Oh my god. All right, keep going. Oh, wait, that's a crit. Oh my god. Okay, so you run in and you reach up and you just you kind of like step up and onto the golem's knee and springboard yourself up into its face. And as you do, you just like, sure you can pow, and you punch it in the chin, and it is going to fall over prone as a result of your critical hit. Yeah, I know. Woo! My headset is up way too loud. Alright, second attack is a hit. And is there a third attack?
Yeah.
And because this is the first time you actually use this character, you're level 6, right? So your unarmed strikes are considered magical? No, not magical. Okay, so hit.
Are magical.
Okay.
Yeah, from level 6.
Okay, that's what I asked the first time. But then he was being contrarian. Okay, are you done beating up my golem?
No. That's it.
Alright, Eartos, you're up now. Now? Right, meow.
Take a step back to get ready and pounce.
Yeah, it's already prone, so hit. Miss. Is it the bite that has to hit in order for you to get the pounce attack, or no?
The claw has to hit, and then it has to fail strength save or be knocked prone. When he's knocked prone, I get the extra bite attack.
Okay, so let me do your damage first.
I don't get the bite attack because I use my bonus action to wild.
Oh, so then it doesn't matter, because he's already prone. Okie dokie, Gnarl King.
Okay. I'm going to assume that since this thing is made of amber and everything, that arrows probably won't be very effective. So instead, I'm going to draw my broadswords, rush forward, and take a few strikes with those.
Okie dokie. I think he forgot about the oath bow and what it could do. Okay, you do have advantage, so there's one attack. It's a hit for 7. Non-magical damage, though.
Okay, should I roll another attack for the second one?
Yeah, roll another attack. Make sure you toggle on advantage. Okay, another hit for 10.
Okay, and for Dread Ambush, I will take another swing.
Okay. All right, another hit, and then the extra damage for Ambusher. Falls.
Okay.
Watch it be another 7. It is another 7. I totally called it.
All right, that's my turn.
It is rolling, right? 1d4 plus dex. 3. Oh, no, that's just a flat set. Okay, cool. Thorin.
Well, looks like we're beating the crap out of this thing. So, coming forward, and use my bonus action to cast Searing Smite. And then smash it with my mace. And
fire.
I miss.
Ooh, yes you do. Bum deal. Okay. Round 2.
All right. I'm gonna. Dogwalker's gonna move over, and he's going to, with his first attack, just try and slam down on top of it. It's already prone, so he doesn't need to attack recklessly.
Hit.
And with his second, he's actually going to attempt to grapple it and hold it on the ground.
You do not have the grappler feat, right?
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
So
Then I'll just attack it again.
I'm willing to let you try it, but realistically, it's probably not going to work out.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
20 for 14.
But no, if I grapple it when it's on the ground, its speed becomes 0, so it can't stand up.
Yeah,
It's not restrained; it's just grappled.
I get it, but
yeah, I'll just attack it the second. Actually, I'll roll that again just in case I crit.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So the golem, I know you. This comes as a shock. He stands up, and then you see it. It just kind of throws its head back, and then there is this high pitched whine that fills the chamber. Everybody within 10 feet of the golem need a wisdom save. Pass, 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 pass. Hey! Alright, so everybody passed except Dogwoggle. Dogwoggle, you can't use reactions, your speed is cut in half, and you can't take more than one attack on your turn. In addition, you can only take an action or a bonus action, but not both. This lasts for 1 minute.
Okay. Do I get saves at the end of my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
I wind back in. Punch.
Oh god. 9, 16. Yep. Stop killing my golem! Yrtos? More melee attacks. That is a miss.
Move. Pounce.
Oh god. Missing an attack you thought was sure to hit your opponent has delivered a blow to your confidence. You have disadvantage on your next attack, regular attack, because he's already prone. Oh no, he's not prone. Ah! Damn, you hit him anyway. Only attack you hit this turn.
Which is a claw attack after a pounce.
Oh,
DC
God.
12 strength. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
All right. So then you're finished.
He didn't fall down, so yes, I am.
All right. Narrow King.
Okay. Just 2 more short strikes.
All right. The second one will hit, and as you stab at the golem, you see that amber exterior begins to crack and splinter, and it goes crashing down to the ground.
Alrighty then.
So, as you know, the rubble kind of clears, and you all start to kind of look around the room. You hear a noise coming from the broken hall to the north.
Hello?
The...
Hello?
Now for the Chewy Center.
Hi.
And you are?
I am Grace. Madame Ava has sent me here to assist.
Don't know who that is, but it looks like it's going to be a pleasure to kill you. And I'm going to move up and I'm going to grab
her. You just kind of like grab her by the coat and like hold her up.
Yep.
Okay. How would Grace respond?
Squeaking in surprise. I think I'm supposed to help you.
Oh,
You're,
and how is
you're
that
the
exactly?
one sent on the, you're the one sent on the quest for the Sun Sword, right?
So I've been told we need to find a shiny stick or something like that.
Well, after sending you off from the camp, Madame Eva had another vision and said I should head off after you, and I've been waiting here for you for, oh gosh, forever it seems. You sure took your time getting.
Still kind of holding you in the air with one arm. I'm gonna. Dogwoggle turns round to the rest of the party. Who's Madame Eva?
Eva.
Who's that? Do you know her?
I don't know.
Fortune teller, cool cards, that sort of thing. Ring a bell?
Doesn't ring a bell.
I woke up in that room and I just kind of pointed across.
Yeah, so far the Tabaxi's journey has been all of like 30 feet.
And nobody who dealt with Madame Eva is alive.
No, but you do have her fortune in your notes.
Dogwoggle's pretty stupid.
Yeah, but the others aren't.
He didn't read notes. Notes are for nerds.
I'm gonna forbid
no
all
one
of you
else
from
is
playing
going-
like sub 10 intelligence characters.
If it helps, I'm not wearing any armor.
Okay. If no one else is going to step forward, the Gnarl King kind of examines her crosswise and merely utters the
If I can
phrase.
interrupt you, Williamson.
Okay.
You say you're gonna kind of examine her and take a look at her. This would be a good time. Grace, can you give us like a what is it that they're looking at when they look on Grace?
I'm kind of a shortish, kind of slightish human female, dressed very similarly to people that you weren't actually there at and wouldn't remember. Maybe sort of gypsy-ish, wild people-ish, kind of a free-flowing. That's kind of like.
Rip.
Okay.
I do have a light crossbow and quarterstaff sort of dangling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just kind of gonna drop you in the middle of the group.
Okay, and then Gnarl King, you can go ahead and finish your thought from earlier.
Oh, all right. The Gnarl King merely utters the phrase, Strahd, friend
Something nice
or
for the newcomer.
foe, while pointing
All right,
at you.
roll
Let's get
a
something
D100
nice for the newcomer.
Let's see what we get here.
Yeah, well, Madame Eva, friend.
37.
So, helping you defeat Strahd. So, whatever that means.
Ooh. Nope. It rolled back up.
You see Dogwoggle have a
Goggles
wide
of
grin on his
night?
face as he pats you on the head.
No.
Well, that's okay then. How do you feel about boats? He seems to get a very serious look in his eye as he points to you. As a kind of a description of
No, it was
Dogwoggle,
37.
he is
No,
8
I
feet
did
tall.
31.
He is
One
enormously
of them.
muscled, and he isn't wearing anything but a belt and a single
Said
boot, 'cause
36,
his other
right?
leg is
36?
kind of like a steel chicken leg, and he's covered in like a thick layer of dark fur, and he holds a massive great axe at his side, and he wears a loincloth made out of sort of a leopard print covering his self.
boats,
Oh, that's right.
like
We're out of the Pact
things
Keeper's
on
knot.
water that keep you out of the water?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in favor.
She's fine by me. As I pat you on the back, and my expression changes to a very happy.
Lovely. I smile brightly and innocently.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Looking through the gold piles.
Okay. You can certainly do that. However, as you can see, like there's scattering of wealth and treasure all throughout the chamber, and they're mostly kind of stored in these big heaps off to the side of the room. If you could just kind of point or move your token to which treasure pile you're examining.
Right next to this one.
Okay.
So, woman, lady, is this sword supposed to shine or something, or is it just gonna look like a normal sword and we have to look through all of it?
I'm sorry, what was that? Do you have to actually look through all this stuff? Yeah.
I was talking to Grace.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think you'll recognize it when you see it. You know, it'll look like you'll see it and you'll say, hey, that looks like a sun.
And I'm gonna continue looking through the piles.
Okay. So, as you kind of dig through that pile there, I totally wanted to call you Chains. Claw. As you dig through this pile, you find that there are a great number of coins here. They are silverish in color. Definitely not silver, though. And you see that these coins are stamped with the profile of Baron Strahd. You can see that there's a large number of empty bottles here, just glass stoppered bottles. They're empty. There's nothing in them. You can see a trunk that sits at the bottom of the pile. There's some pieces of jewelry, miscellaneous rings, amulets. You see a painted ceramic statues. They look like they were holy objects at one point, but they're just kind of thrown in this pile here, and some of them have chipped. And you can see what looks to be like a rod made of what looks to be a very dark green. So dark of a green, it's almost like blackish in color. It's got this weird feel to it, and it just kind of sits within the pile.
I just kind of toss the stuff aside, not paying much mind to it.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, Dogwoggle's gonna dig through the pile that he's moved towards.
Okay. Again, there is a large number of coins here. These ones are definitely silver pieces. Throughout this pile, you see 5 rusted suits of ringmail and some rusted breastplates. I can talk good. You see a silvered rapier with a pink glass hilt. There are 4 rusted greatswords, and kind of all of this gold here has been heaped and piled in the bucket of a gilded chariot. You know, and to kind of really accentuate, it's like the small like bucket that can hold maybe like 2 people. There's big like wagon wheels on the side, and then there's the big poles in the front, the yoke that would attach to like a beast of burden. So that. Go ahead.
Dogwoggle looks very excited at this. He picks the chariot up, shakes all of the coins and all the other crap out of it. He's like, ha ha ha! Mine!
Do I gotta find a chariot?
He looks defiantly around at everybody else. No hint of movement in his voice. Mine!
What's gonna pull you around?
Cats are fast, right?
I like how he goes cat. The dinosaurs, right?
At the mention of the dinosaur pulling that cherry, Iratos is gonna look right at the new guy and hiss.
All right. So Dogwaggle's fawning over this chariot. Anything else?
No, I'm not interested in anything else. The rest of it looks like rubbish.
Even though I said there's literally thousands of coins, and nobody's picked any of it up.
I'll probably move down to another one.
What about you guys over there, Nerl King, Thorin, Grace, looking on all this treasure? What would you guys be doing?
I will also be digging through this pile here.
Okay. In this pile, you see a great number of golden coins. You look upon all this and you think, I've hit the jackpot. Just a precursory glance, you think that there's easily 5,000-6,000 coins here. There's also a abnormally large amount of just iron. Like there's iron pots and miscellaneous tools just kind of stacked here. It looks like someone may have intended to melt it down for some purpose or other, but it's just kind of been stored here. You find a bronze crown with tiny gem-eyed dragons for spires. There is, sitting next to the large pile of iron rubbish, is a wooden riding horse, like a rocking horse, like a child's pony, except it's life size for like an adult. And then there's these marble vases that are all around the chamber.
Okay. The way you described those coins sounded suspicious, so I guess I'm going to pick one up and look at it intently or study it to see if it is really a gold coin.
You can do a perception check or a investigation. Your choice. All right. When you pick it up, you feel that the coin is much too heavy to be a golden coin. There's definitely something wrong with it.
Okay, in which case, I simply leave the coin, and I think I might pick up the crown and show it to Thorin Fireforge.
Okay. This crown is very fine. Even though it's made of bronze, the gems and the craftsmanship, you think it could easily be worth somewhere between 500 and 1,000 gold.
Okay, I'll hold on to it for now. And
now at some point here,
yeah, that's basically it for me.
Shit's gotta hit the fan. Thorin, what would you like to do?
So, given the room that we're in, and we're looking for the sword, I'm probably going to take the time to cast Detect Magic in the area.
No! You fun ruiner. Okay. As you cast Detect Magic, you see 3 distinct auras of magic appear. There is and all of these auras are going to be very faint, because the objects are, in these big piles of metal and so it's like they're buried under stuff, but you can still tell there's something there. In the first pile, the one in the northwestern corner, you see an aura of enchantment. There's something in there that's detecting that you can tell is magical. In the southeastern corner of the room, once again, aura of enchantment. something else there. And then from directly to the east, an aura of illusion.
All right, so I'm going to direct towards Mark of Claw and Narrowcane. From Mark of Claw to the northwest corner, Narrowcane to the east, and I'll take the bottom to try and find any magical items that could be within that area and see if we could take them out.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Narrow King is there in the center. You're at the bottom, and then is Claw going back to the one he had searched the first time? Okay. Thorin, you find yours no problem. Okay. The other two, I mean, you're looking through this massive pile. So if you could just do an investigation check, see if you recognize something that looks unique or magical. Oh God. Well, yeah. So you guys spend 10 minutes rooting through, and then I don't know, what is it?
Yeah, there's
All right,
just shiny stuff.
However, Thorin, as you begin to root through this pile, right, and you're picking stuff up, you see coins, you see, crystal balls that are stacked here in a just throughout this pile. You see an obsidian scepter with gold filigree. It looks very fancy. You see helms that look to be of elven craftsmanship. And as you're kind of rooting through all of this, you see it almost seems to jump out of the pile. Okay? It kind of like, as you move something, it's like it kind of just, falls and tumbles to the ground, but then it clatters and moves to the center of the chamber and kind of spins for a second before stopping. It is a small silver sword handle. No blade attached, but it sits in the middle of the chamber, and as it sits there, you can clearly see the magic emanating from it.
So it's like right in front of me.
Right in front of you.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Of course you are.
I mean, it walked up to me.
Okay, so I get to spring my trap finally.
Oh no.
Now remember, all of the other games during our community goals last month, we had something mysterious, something wondrous.
So it was nice playing with you guys on this character.
I set this encounter up a month ago. They just never found it. Okay.
I'm glad I moved like 60 feet.
So, as he reaches down and grabs this hilt, there is a flash of blinding light that emanates through the chamber. Immediately, everyone here is blinded. Grab everybody. Do. Oh shit! Did I not set up the map? I thought maybe I had more time. This'll do.
Ooh, pretty.
Okay. So you guys find yourself when the blinding light clears, you look around, and what you see, at first it just looks like almost like waves in water that kind of pulsate out from you, and they kind of collapse and roil before your eyes adjust, and this blue energy seems to dissipate. I don't have another map prepared, so it's gonna use our imaginations. But eventually your eyes readjust, and that blue collapsing water gives way to a truly spectacular sight. You find yourself looking upon lush green fields, and they're from standing where you are, you can see marble columns that go high up into the air, well beyond your sight. The sky itself is a brilliant shade of blue that you've not seen in many, many days. You've been in Ravenloft for so long that you've almost forgotten what sunlight and actual colors looked like. I mean, the clouds that move overhead are a pearlescent white that almost looks like someone took gems and stuck them up into the sky. And as you stand here marveling at this sight, how would you think you would react?
Sorry. Go ahead.
We're doing pirates now. All right. 1, 2, 3. Dog woggle.
All right. So Dog Woggle would just kind of stare up at first, like, and then he just kind of fall back onto the ground and just stare up at the sky that he's missed so much from his time living up in the mountains.
Okay. All right. Let's check in with Grace, our newcomer. You had no idea what was going to happen, and now you're looking. How would you react?
I am gaping in awe.
Gnarl King.
From what you'd be able to tell, he largely looks indifferent, but he does take in a deep breath, enjoying the fresh air and the feeling of wind on his face.
Okay. So as everybody just kind of marvels and enjoys the scenery, you begin to see something high up in the sky. It looks positively massive, and from your position here on the ground, you can see a shining light and what appears to be flapping of great wings.
Oh no.
Here we go again. Ugh! He gets up and he starts hefting his axe ready.
As the object comes closer, you can see what that light is. It is a creature flying with wings that sprout from its back at the shoulders. And it is carrying a giant silver sword. And as the sword moves through the air, it seems to grab the light and reflect it in a way where it looks like the sword itself is made of this glowing radiant energy.
Thorn would recognize what he's seeing, right?
Would he recognize what he is seeing? Let's say you can roll a religion, maybe Arcana. Yep. I'll tell you what. You look at it and you go, "Wow, an angel."
In that case, Thorn's going to essentially bow for it.
So this thing comes up to you. It lands in front of you. It crosses its hands and holds the sword in front of him. And it says in a booming voice, "I am Zaphon, the sword of light, arm of the Celestials."
Hi, I'm Dog Woggle, champion of the Atlas tribe and the strongest in the land. Can I have your sword?
That depends. You have all been chosen. The great evil that inhabits the plane of dread may think it was by his machinations that you were chosen. But there is a higher power at play. We can no longer turn a blind eye to what is happening on Ravenloft. And you are to be our champion. Only if you can prove that you are worthy.
Of course, Dog Woggle is worthy.
How do we prove we are worthy?
As you say this, the creature and I do think I need to point this out, right? Your tokens are 5-6 feet tall. This guy is massive. He's as tall as any giant that you've ever seen before. And he stands before you, and he takes that gleaming sword and he holds it up in a stance ready for battle. Best me in honorable combat. Your might against mine, with all of Elysium at my back. If you can do this, the sword will be yours.
Okay.
This is a bad day for the newcomer to show up.
And you will fight as wounded as we are?
No. He obviously doesn't look hurt at all.
No, I said you would fight as wounded as we are, like, because we haven't had a rest since like 4 combats.
Yes, I am aware.
No, if he's cool with that, then cool.
Oof.
Oh, no.
Oh. Oh, Grace, little help to the newbie. Okay, well, if it's any consolation, Grace will begin the combat with a nat 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She already has the highest initiative roll.
Well, that's good. Maybe she can do something helpful, right? All right, everybody's in the tracker. Alrighty. So up first, Grace. Someone needs to cue the fight music.
Yeah.
No. All right, I'm gonna shut up. Yep, that'll work. Okay. So
Well, we'll
that's-
just do a little
No.
token blast
Remember,
and sort of
her
thing.
first attack is a nat 20, regardless. So I need you to roll another D10. What? I think roll 20 goofied your sheet. Oh no. Okay. You don't have the okay, never mind. I thought you had agonizing blast. I'm a dumb. Yes. Okay. So roll another D10, and then we're gonna roll on the spell crit table and see what you do to it. Oh my god. Well, that's not a D10, but that's ironic. All right, let's go with the 8, 9, 10, 11, 13.
I
14?
tried clicking on the damage thing to see if that would roll a d10, and apparently it didn't.
No, you just
Or it sort of
you would
did.
have to roll it manually.
She does get her second blast though, because she's above level 5.
Yeah, so I still need her to roll a D10, right, Kappa?
Yep. So that's 2 crits.
Yeah.
Get in.
Oh.
Welcome to the game.
I love D&D.
All right. All right. You hit this creature hard twice. Because you do, you see it kind of hits its head, and then it grabs for a second, and he shakes it. He looks a little disoriented. So disoriented, in fact, that he is going to stand here, and he just kind of puts his arms out to his side. Come with it. Show me all that you have to offer. Dogwoggle.
Okay, so Dogwoggle is going to move up and he's going to attempt to use the disarm action. So roll an attack and try and knock the weapon out of his hand. I'm going to attack recklessly.
Okay. And you are choosing to deal no damage and knock the weapon out of his
Choosing
hand.
to deal no damage to knock the weapon out of his hand.
Okay. So the weapon falls to the ground.
All right. With my free interaction with an object, I'm going to pick it up.
And as you do, you see your hand goes right through the sword. He laughs as he towers above you. Ha ha! Foolish! You are not yet worthy to hold the weapon. Only after will you be able to grasp it.
Yeah, well, you're not holding it either, so he'll use his other attack to try and attack the Planetaur.
Probably radiant, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, non-magical. Wow!
Yeah.
Really?
That's right.
Oh man, he doesn't have his spells prepped. Okay. Yep. Okay, Narrow King, you will be next.
Are we not rolling for special effects?
You're able to try and disarm your opponent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, how's that feel?
That doesn't feel great, I'll be honest.
Alright, Dog Woggle, if it's any consolation, you're getting healed for 3 from chat.
Thanks, chat.
Spellcasting PC. Spell save DC 20. Charisma.
Okay, I let loose 2 arrows at the angel.
The second one will hit.
Okay, and Dread Ambush, I will
Why
launch
is he
another.
using his longbow? Longbow's not magic. Oof.
And that's my turn.
Something about the terrain here. There's solid ground under your feet, but it is not a material sensation. You haven't quite adjusted to being on a new plane of existence, and as you fire your final shot, you lose your balance and fall to the ground. And you end your turn prone.
Okay.
Claw.
Okay.
Okay, so
Going to
commune,
run
control weather, insect plague. That could be fun. Blade barrier, dispel evil and good. Flame strike.
And I'm gonna punch.
One sec. I was. Barrier. Invisibility. Nope.
Flurry of blows. And
Okay, so 16 is a miss. 28 will hit. And then what is it with you guys? Crit fail. Alright. So he's taking looks like 14 here. Wait, how is it 5 attacks?
it was running slow.
Oh, okay. Well, you need to hold up here for a second because you had a crit. You kick your target's weapon out of their hands. And then the fumble. You get tangled as you also are having difficulty moving through this new terrain. You slip and fall, knocking yourself prone, and your movement is reduced to 0. So your last attack would be with disadvantage, since you wouldn't have movement to stand up.
That's it.
Make your last attack with disadvantage. I guess, okay, it would just be 16. It's a miss. I was taking so long. Eartoes.
Well, it shouldn't surprise you that I'm going to move to range.
It's not me, man. It's the fumble table. Like, the fumble tables, they're not supposed, it's not supposed to be like a devastating effect. It's all just like tactical. And they keep rolling to fall prone. Miss. Miss. That one will hit.
And that will end my turn.
Thorin.
All right. Let's see. Come on. All right, it keeps jumping. It's like jumping a spot. It's weird. Okay.
Well, it cuts your
good to
movement
hear,
and then
and
gives them advantage.
unleash this towards it.
Kona cold. Okay. And where are you positioned? I'm assuming that's why you moved, so that your teammates would not be affected. Hits with no. Advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects. So let's toggle on advantage. Con save. That is a pass. So we're gonna take half damage. Still a huge hit. Grace?
I'm moving a little further away, and then I'm going to use the Eldritch Blast again.
Miss?
Oh, actually, I get 2. Right.
Yes, you do. Second one will hit. Now the question is, do I beat the snot out of them while they're prone? Or do I immediately go to spellcasting and ruin their day? 40-foot high cylinder, 46 fire, 46 radiant. Let's... Alright, so he holds his hand out to the side, right? And as he does so, that brilliant gleaming sword once again materializes in his hand. He raises it up, and as he towers again, he shouts out, "Prove your worth! If you can withstand my attacks, you will be worthy of the blade." Possibly. That doesn't mean he's just going to give it to you. Just let's see if you can not die. So first, he is going to try and hit Eartoes. Ooh.
Nope.
No, I didn't think that was a hit. 17 because of your unarmed defense, right?
Correct.
So then he raises his arm one more time, and this time he swings at Dogwoggle. Dogwoggle, did you reckless? No, right?
Yep, yeah, I did.
Oh. All right. Take 41. Yeah.
Yep, Dogwaggle's out.
Dogwoggle, it's your turn. And there's a death save. Jarl King?
Okay. Do I have to expend movement to get back up?
Yeah, it's half your move to stand up from prone.
Okay. Yeah, in which case I'll do that. And he sort of glances side to side, sort of like, "Oh, I hope nobody saw that." And then he takes out his bow and lets loose a few more shots at the angel.
Which bow? Get the oath bow. Swift defeat to my enemies. Nope, he didn't do it. First attack hits.
Okay, and I think I might move a little farther away, and that'll be my act.
Probably a good idea. All right, Claw.
I'm going to stand up, move around here to the other side of him, and punch him.
Miss. That one will hit.
I'm going to spend a key point to use a stunning strike.
Okay, what's the save and the effect?
Okay, save is 16. He has to make a Constitution save.
Or be stunned. Got it. Oh, that is a fail because I do not have advantage. Alrighty. Do you have another action?
Punch him again.
21 is a hit. Okay, Eartos.
Well, seeing Dogwoggle fall, I'm going to go into a rage.
Raging Lizard. Man.
We'll bite.
That is a
Move 20
miss.
Move 20 feet, pounce back.
Wait. You have advantage on your rolls. He's stunned. It's okay. Still a miss.
Okay, now I'm going to move 20 feet away and pounce back.
Oh, man. Unlucky. All miss.
And I'm done.
Thorn?
Alright, Dogwell goes down. Get up next to him and use Cure Wounds.
Ooh,
Hey, now.
that's nice.
And they get back.
Hey. Grace?
All right, Eldritch Blast times 2.
Both hit for 6. Barbarian.
And that's
All right. It is his next turn. How long did the stun last from your stunning strike? Start a turn or end a turn?
End of Monk's next turn.
When you hit, spend 1 until the end of your next turn. Okay. Can't move. Speak only falteringly. Dogwoggle.
All right, Dogwaggle's just gonna kind of shake his head a little bit. I was just luring him, and I'm going to attack him with a great axe.
That's stun. Gonna kill me. No. Yep, those are both hits. 27. That's why I killed Dogwoggle first. Owl King.
Okay, and I have advantage.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to let loose 2 more arrows.
First one's a hit. The second one is a miss.
Dang. All right. I think that's the end of my turn.
Marker Claw.
And again,
Yep. 2 hit.
and I'll flurry of blows.
My God, man.
Because of my monastic tradition. to make a deck saving throw or be knocked prone.
Doesn't he auto fail? Or is it disadvantage? Yeah, auto fails strength and deck saves. He is prone.
And that's okay. Yeah, that's it.
Your toast. Oh God, no.
Do I still have advantage on it or not?
Yes, he's prone and stunned.
Well, since he's prone, there's no point in doing the pounce trick. Would I still get the extra bite since he's already prone?
Claw and bite hit. Well, yeah. Technically, he has to make a save, but he auto fails because he's in cap. 10, 11, 12, 13, miss. Come on, get up, you loser!
I crit him raging, so there's 2 points added to all the ones that hit.
Oh yeah, you're right. He isn't stunned anymore. Damn it. Still prone. Because it was the end of his turn. You're still good. You make the 4th attack. It's good. Are you finished?
After the 4 attacks, yes.
Alright. Thorn.
Alright. Jumping back over to here. And unleashing this again.
Is it 1 per day?
Does not say.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It's just okay. I see. And where's the cone this time? Because I don't think you can quite position it as well as you did the first time.
Nope.
Because there's a kitty cat over there.
Oh, kitty cat's getting hit.
Okay, all right. So that's fine. Law, you need to make a con save as well.
Is this an area effect?
Yes.
Okay, well, I have evasion.
I know you do. Just you still need to make the save. All right. That's a fail. So you take half. Is that evasion?
Yep.
Been a while since I've had a high level monk.
You want me to pay?
If you want it.
It's half.
I passed. And because math is my nemesis, 19. Oh wait, is evasion deck saves only? When you are subjected to an effect that makes you make a deck save.
Okay, so I'm still taking 30.
Thanks, guys. That's why I keep you around. Well, you didn't roll the correct. No, yes, you did. Yeah, you take the full 38. Eat it.
All right, that's it.
Oh, good. Good. Thorn, I believe. Oh, that was your turn. Are you finished?
Yep.
Race. It just sucks. He got completely shit on.
Well, this is fun. Yeah, I'll go ahead with the Eldritch Blast again.
100 feet long, 20 feet high, 55 feet thick, 60 feet in diameter, 20 feet over. God! Jeez, the crits. No, Planetaurs don't have a way to heal. Unless it's nope. All right, let's see if he survives. 11. Nope. Okay. Actually, he is still prone. He is still prone. So
But
unfortunately,
not still stunned?
no, not still stunned. Which means your first attack is a 17 and a miss. I figured it out, murder hobos. I got that one on my own.
Why do I have disadvantage?
Range attack versus a prone target.
Ah, right.
Alrighty. Is that it for you?
Yep.
Yes. So he's gonna stand up. He is not happy. Like what? My ringed wall, 60 feet in diameter, 5 feet thick. If I do, I'm just doing some thinking right now, okay? So don't be alarmed.
We're not to be alarmed at the DM thinking?
Oh boy. There's no way that's correct.
Uh-oh.
Is this
60 feet in diameter. It would be half
Wait,
that
how
size.
big are these squares?
10 foot?
I don't have a 60-foot diameter.
It's the whole
5
map.
feet.
Why are you moving it?
I can't shrink it either. Alright, let's do... there we go, 30-foot radius. Oh man, it's still way too big. I don't think I can... Ooh, there we go. Hey, I figured it out again, man. I figured it out. I'm a little slow sometimes, but I generally learn. Okay. That is going to be the position. All right. So the Planetaur points his finger and he flicks his hand. And as he does, you see a series of razor sharp gleaming swords identical to the one that he's holding in his hand begins to appear, and they are very densely packed together, and they are, as they materialize, they spin and stab and generally cut everything in their path. He is going to cast Blade Barrier, and it is a huge circle, but it's only 5 feet wide, but it's on the very edge of this wall. Okay, meaning that the blades materialize and they cut through Irtos and Dogwoggle and Grace. During the course of the spell, the wall provides 3/4 cover to anything behind it. Space is difficult terrain. You have to make a dex save, those three who are standing on the edge right now. Because, like I said, these blades materialize and they cut and they stab, and you're all taking some slashing damage right now. Dogwoggle did stand up and recover. Okay. Fail. So all three of you are taking 60-10.
Do I have to make a save?
No. Because the blades only are on the exterior of this wall. Okay? So
Okay.
you're kind of standing, you're in the middle of it. Think of like the eye of a hurricane. Because where you're standing, you are completely surrounded by the clattering of steel and all these blades as they whirl and cut. Okay, and for the damage, wow, I rolled like poop. 28 slashing damage to the 3 here. I will move that so that Oh no.
So 28 to each of us?
To each of you.
14. It's slashing damage. I'm raging.
Sure. Yeah. Where are we at here? Back. Okay, there's that. And that will be his turn. Dog Waggle's on the ground. He needs to make a death save.
Yep, and I take damage at the start of my turn as well.
Yes, it would be another 60-10 at the start of your turn. So you have one failed death
fails.
save. Oh, you added one already? What's your
Well,
max
yeah,
health isn't less than 60, right?
No, my max health is
All
more
right, so
than
you're
that.
not in danger. All right, Gnarl King.
All right. 2 more arrows.
Oh,
sorry, I forgot to take it off advantage.
no, you're okay. You're okay. The first attack misses. The second attack, even with 3/4 cover, that looks like a hit.
Okay. That's it for me.
Wait. Okay. Yep, no, that's gonna be it.
Okay.
Whew. That would have sucked for me if he would have dropped concentration. Oh shit, the cat's gonna kill him.
I think I just figured something out.
No, kitty, no! No!
I would like to study.
There is no need. Yeah, there's no need. Describe to me this savage hit that's going to finish off the Planetaur.
How tall is he again?
Massive, easily 20 feet tall. I don't know, I didn't really. How many crits
So,
was that?
I,
An
like-
insane amount. An insane amount of crits. I mean,
I wind back and I punch him in the knee, and he kind of just, his leg just buckles and he falls over.
okay, alright. So he falls over, right? Not dead. In fact, as he falls over, he begins to laugh. Very good. Very good indeed. And he takes the sword in front of him in his left hand. He raises his other hand and points to the sky. And as he does, once again, there is a blinding flash of glowing radiant light. Back to the Amber Temple, folks. Okay. As your vision once again readjusts and you find yourself back in the treasure chamber, one thing becomes apparent. All of your wounds have been restored. All of you can take the benefits of a long rest. As somehow the Planetaur has restored you to your peak. The way I want to. Sure, I've already committed. Why not? The other thing that you realize is that as you guys return to this chamber, the sword once again clatters to the ground, and you hear the Planetaur's voice echo through the chamber. Let he whose heart is uncorrupted wield the weapon of Strahd's demise.
Yes.
Yes.
So standing up, Dogwall says, "Well, you got your shiny thing. Let's go." And I'm gonna crush his head.
He's not here. The Planetaur is nowhere to be seen.
No, I'm not talking to the Planetaur. I'm talking to the party.
Oh, I missed it.
So,
Nerf.
who's uncorrupted?
Define uncorrupted. Well, that's only for wielding. Any of us should be able to just pick it up for now.
What kind of sword is it?
It's not a sword. It's a sword handle.
Dogwoggle really doesn't care about this thing. He doesn't even think he needs it. He's more than capable of crushing Strahd's head. and putting an end to all this whole thing. He's only here because you guys want to come and find your shiny sword. Because you know the small folk need it.
Well, someone else can mess with that.
Is no one gonna pick it up?
Oh, fine, I'll pick it up.
Okay. As you do, she actually did not take a dark corruption from any of the chamber devils because she hasn't been here. As you pick it up, it's you raise it up, and as you do, you can see a beam of glowing radiant light emanate from the hilt. It lights up the chamber with a warm golden glow, and you're kind of in awe as you stand here holding this saber of light in your hand by this silver hilt.
Yeah, that looks like a sun sword to me.
Well, I believe we have what we're looking for then. We should probably start heading out of this place.
Already hear Disney on the way. No, I'm
Real
sorry.
quick before that happens, the Gnarl King shows his almost empty quiver to Thornton Fireforge.
Okay.
We will have to find some place safe for me to craft you more items. However, let's gather up some coins and things of that so we can do it later.
So are we
On
letting
that
her
note,
keep
yeah,
it?
I mean, because are you finished here? Because
Well, Dogwoggle hasn't looked through this pile yet.
yeah, I know that the appearance of the Planetaur was very alarming, but before that, Dogwoggle hadn't searched that pile. There were still 2 other magic items in this chamber that you had detected when you cast Detect Magic. Plus, there's still a ton of shit in this room. So, I mean, all right. Let's take a quick break, just real quick, because it was a long drive before I got here, and I really need to go. Which book adds the most races and stuff to the character mancer? That would be, well, the player's handbook is going to add the most because that gives you backgrounds and spells and everything. Yeah, but that's not one of the ones I'm giving away currently, Haltone. Player's handbook will add the most. Xanathar's is the coolest because it gives you the extra archetypes. But I gotta pee! I gotta pee! I'm gonna kill your new character. You stunned my Planetaur into oblivion. I hate it. All right.
Is everyone here?
Okay, I am back.
Sorry, what was that? You kind of cut out at the end for me.
Multi-class isn't complete without a hexblade, right? Wish I had a little bit more money to buy it. Well, we are giving away a copy of Xanathar's In-Player's Handbook. In order to get involved, you just have to do exclamation ticket. You use your loyalty points, which are called bucks, to get into the chat. You gain 10 bucks every 10 minutes. You can also gain bucks by being an active chatter. Subscribers earn triple bucks at the rate that anybody else does. And if you direct donate cash money, the bot rewards you, I think it's $100 per dollar. Just because, a little thank you for contributing and supporting the stream. So, yep, there's all that. All right. Is subscribing to the stream like subscribing to YouTube? No, it is not. So a subscription on YouTube equivalent in Twitch is a follow. Subscribing on Twitch is where you actually pay cash money to the streamer and then you get benefits. Okay. So lots of things still in this chamber left undiscovered. What would you guys like to do first? Let's check in with Dogwoggle. He's been waiting to check that pile very for a while. In that pile, I think I read these all out of order, but that's okay. That one. Okay, in this pile is a large number of iron ingots. They are quite heavy. Easily estimated to be about 50 pounds each. You find a large pile of holy symbols of all different kinds of gods, many of them from pantheons that some of you will recognize, and there's a great number from others that you do not. There's also a complete set of a dozen copper chalices that have a silver filigree set into the mouth and handle. And then there is a gilded golden skull with red garnets in its eye sockets. And there is also 8 war hammers, 6 war picks, and 2 quivers full of arrows.
All right, I'll take some of those arrows then.
Grace is grabbing for holy symbols.
Dogwoggle is going to
Yes,
take some of the
definitely.
ingots.
You're gonna carry all the ingots for your forge cleric friend?
No, I mean, he may be a forge cleric, but I'm proficient with smith tools, and I've got some, so they could be handy when it comes to affixing this Gundam leg to my chicken leg.
Okay, let's say, because it doesn't exactly say how many ingots are there, but it does tell me the value of them total. So give me a second, I'll tell you how many ingots there are. Slash GR, we'll go 25. It's one too many zeros. Oh, duh. There's 10. There are 10 ingots there. Yes, I had to use the calculator. Shut up. Get it off the screen. Get it out of there.
Because, how much does this chariot weigh, and how much does the Shield Guardian's leg?
Well, the Shield Guardian's leg, did we ever really assign a weight to that?
No, we didn't. And in the PHP, a chariot's like 100 pounds.
Yes. So 100 pounds for that, and we'll say the Shield Guardian's leg, it would weigh significantly more because it's solid steel, and So we'll say that the chariot is 100, and the Shield Guardian's leg that you're still lugging around is another 250.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll take all 10.
Holy symbol Flavor Flav? Yes, it's a giant clock on a golden chain. You're... So are you just carrying these? I mean, what are we doing?
So, like, I've kind of got. I'll put them in the
You
chariot
totally
that I'm
could.
carrying
His
with me.
carry weight is insane.
Like the leg is strapped to my back. The chariot, I guess I'll try and find a way to like hook it over the top, so it just kind of sits on.
Or is it powerful build?
And I'll sort of get the ingots in like a sack or something, and just have them all in there in the chariot.
25 strength because of the belt of giant strength. So 25 with powerful build. Like he can carry, it's somewhere in the ballpark of like 3,000 pounds. Okay. All right. Sure. We'll say you can totally do that. But
how much you say? They were 50 pounds each?
50 pounds each.
Yep, that's all good.
So 2,500 pounds there. Another wait, no, I screwed that up. They're not supposed to be 50 pounds each. There's 10 of them. As a total, they weigh 2,500 pounds. Oh no, I did the math for figuring out the price per ingot. Okay, yeah. So now you know they're worth about 50 gold each. Whoopsie daisy. No, the ingots as a whole are they would weigh 2,500 pounds.
Oh.
Holy not bullshit.
Massive ingots then. All right. So I will take 1,000 pounds worth of ingots. How many is that?
You already know math is not.
Oh, what?
My nemesis!
1,000 pounds.
How exactly do you plan to get all of us out of here?
Carry it.
Does Dogwaggle still have a boat, or did that go away?
No, because the boat that Judd gave me in a gesture of friendship melted when he died.
Ha.
It was an illusion from the Oblex.
God damn it.
Judd would never be that kind.
So you're shoving everything into a sack and carrying it.
Kind of, yeah, like strapping things to me as well as
you're
I
not
can.
doing the obvious thing of loading crap into the chariot and then rolling it through the.
Yeah, that. No, I'm gonna carry it because like rolling the chariot, the chariot could get in the way. If it's on my back, it's fine. It's behind me.
But how are you gonna carry a chariot on your back?
I can tie the chariot to my back.
Okay. Let's just for the sake of argument, say that we strap the chariot to our back. We pin all this other crazy shit we're carrying in between the chariot and your back. And you kind of use it as this insane backpack. And then you move to the door and you don't fit because it's very awkward. Maybe if the chariot was on the ground and you pushed it through just right, you could finagle it. But having it sit on your back, it's too large and cumbersome to actually leave this chamber.
Hey, why don't you just push the chariot behind you and have all your stuff in it? Like a pool.
You just shut your mouth.
Ah.
Dogwoggle sort of growls a bit, takes the chariot off his back and pushes it out, kind of like, like the old lady sort of trolleys that they have with the wheels on, like kind of like that. And then he picks it up and slings it over his back again. So how many of these ingots do I get then?
It's like a Ben-Hur chariot. How many of these ingots can you fit on the chariot?
Yeah, if I'm going to take 1,000 pounds worth.
Why are you doing this to me? You just want to see me struggle.
How many ingots were
there were 10 ingots and they weigh 2,500 pounds, so they'll weigh, 250 pounds each?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll get 4.
They just want to see me struggle bust this whole session.
Yep, that's all good.
Alright. Chariot, full of iron ingots. Dogwaggle's happy. What's everybody else doing?
Can we talk about how she just took the sword?
Ooh, that
I
microphone.
mean, like, weren't you guys like looking for that for a while, and you're gonna let someone else have?
I don't care. I didn't need it in the first place.
I want to go back to checking these two little tunnel-looking things up here at the north end of the room.
I'm starting to think this is what Madame Eva saw when she told me to come after you guys.
Hey, should we go find the old guy? He said to show him something interesting. Then he'll let us leave, right? We go show him the sword. And then the cat and the girl.
What are you two?
While this discussion is going on, Thorn's going to help Narokane find the magic item that was in his pile that I had directed him to try and pull it out.
Okay. So this pile, you find a leather-bound book. And this is the object that was illuminating the illusion magic. Emanating words.
All right. So gathering it, not currently caring about anything else. I just want to maintain these magic items and then head towards the other pile.
So you just kind of find it, grab it, and then what, shove it in your pack? Or you just walk with it towards the...
I'm going to walk with it for a moment to get the other piece before I go to cast any spells to try and help identify these items.
Okay, the other object that was illuminating the magic aura, it is that dark green rod that I had pointed out earlier when Claw had searched through here. Okay. All right, and there's the identify. Is this again as a ritual?
Yes.
Okay. What are you going to identify first?
The book.
The book, you touch your hand to the cover, and you don't actually get any knowledge. It's very strange. Like, you know that there's an illusion spell cast on the book, but Identify isn't able to reveal any more information. Open it.
Okay.
Would you like to read the book?
No,
or maybe just
I was going to say,
cover of the book?
Yeah, I'm going to read it to see what it all has to say. Like, it's first couple pages anyway.
On the cover, in great big common letters, it says Snow Dwarf and the Seven Whites.
I think I love this book.
Yeah, and as you open it, you can see that there are pictures on the pages that seem to move as if in a movie. It's very, very, very good book.
I'm going to put this in my backpack.
Okay. All right. God damn it, Disney, no! That's two in the same session.
And then move on to the rod.
Okay, and the rod, as you inspect the object, you see that this is an object of eldritch power. This is a rod of the Pack Keeper. Which I am preparing a handout for right now.
Oh, look at that. It requires attunement by a warlock.
If only we had a warlocker.
So looking around, knowing what it is, telling the party in the area is like, this is something that I cannot use. Is anybody else able to utilize this?
Okay, so
I could use it.
Dogwoggle turns and shouts, I want the green thing!
I'm not arguing with him.
Thorn's going to give it over to the new person.
Grace.
Aren't we
Great.
both new persons?
Okay. Let us. I'm
In
pretty
a matter
sure
of speaking, yes, we are both new persons, but hey, you get
new to
something
each
new.
other, right? Do global magic attack. Boop. Pretty sure that that does it. Save spell DC. Not. Do I have to put it there too? I can never remember.
I gather you're updating my sheet since it's moving without me.
That is correct.
No, it's magic.
It's roll 20. It's gained sentience. Oh no. Alright, anything else in this chamber that you guys wanted to inspect, take with you, etc.?
Yep, I want to do one additional thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fabricate a metal boat for Dogwoggle.
No, you fool! Why'd you do
Why
this?
would you give him a map?
Fabricate a larger, smaller object contained within a 10-foot cube.
So that way he
or
can
8
sail on his new
connected
boat.
5-foot cubes.
A metal boat?
Irito sees this going on. I'm just going to shake my head and go back to checking out these little tunnels here behind me.
We're working with metal stone.
Dogwoggle drops pretty much all of his stuff and runs over to
I
the
got
boat.
bad news for you, Chief. This is a very tiny boat. If you are working with metal, stone, or other mineral substance, the fabricated object can be no larger than medium, contained within a single 5-foot cube. So it's like a one-man dinghy.
You have a bucket.
And I would say that Dogwoggle would be much too heavy for this boat. You would have a really hard time trying to fit Thorin in this boat, and he's a dwarf. Hi, Spuck.
Consider a memento or a statue in memory of all of your other wood boats that caught on fire. This one won't catch on fire.
Dogwoggle is still very happy, and if we get to water, he will be trying it. Even if he's just got to stand there in this, what is basically a bathtub to a bear. He's extremely happy, and Thorin is definitely a friend for life.
Didn't he destroy one
Because how heavy is this boat?
I don't know how. Well, what material? Okay, we know it's made out of metal, right? But there's a lot of different metal in this room that you could have used to fabricate. I mean, what particularly did you go to when you cast fabricate? Did you just use like a pile of golden coins, or was it like some of the armors that were laying around? Or I mean, there was a lot.
The armors and any type of steel.
Well, there was iron.
In the area.
There was a lot of iron. I don't think there was.
Yeah.
Okay, so this boat is made of iron, which means it would be incredibly heavy. Even though it's not very large. Well, 5 feet long, maybe 5 feet wide. It's pretty heavy. We'll say 175 pounds. I have no idea what's a realistic.
Okay, so Dogwoggle's going to have to drop some of his iron ingots.
because I'm curious.
You'll have to drop one of them.
Metal one-man canoe. Wait.
Yep, Dogwallow just throws one of the iron ingots to the ground, and he just puts everything in this iron
No,
boat.
that's aluminum. That's only 50 pounds. Iron. They wouldn't make a boat out of iron.
And
It
uses
would
that
sink,
as a new backpack.
right? Yeah.
Are we ready to go?
You're a good friend, Thorin.
You sent me down a weird hole. I'm trying to figure out how much an iron boat which would weigh. An aluminum boat would only be like 60 pounds. Steel is like
So
2.5
what was the
times
deal
heavier
with
than
the
aluminum.
chariot? Was
Iron
it
is
magical or
heavier than
anything?
steel, right? Because it doesn't iron lose or gain.
They're not getting
when
anywhere
it's
from that.
tempered. 125 pounds at a minimum. All right. Chat concurs. 175.
Yep. So I'll drop one of the iron ingots, and I'll pack everything into the boat and use that as my backpack.
All right. All right. So it takes some time. You have to hammer some pins into the sides to kind of thread some rope through so you can tie this massive boat to your back. But sure, you're a big, strapping, strong Goliath. You're able to work this out, right?
Yep. I mean, this boat weighs less than one of those iron ingots.
Okay. And enough with Dogwoggle and his insane, I want to carry all the things. Anybody taking anything else in here?
Yeah, back before we were onto the identified stuff, I was gathering up the holy symbols.
The holy symbols. Okay. There are 30 of them in total. They are not incredibly heavy, probably only weighing about a pound each. But because there are so very many of them, you would have to stuff them all in your pack, and it would be quite a bit of space taken up. Enough to be cumbersome when you try to recover something from your pack, but certainly well within what you can carry.
Yep, they're in my pack.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, Irtos, thank you for being patient. You examine the passageways to the north. I already see that you had rolled a perception check. Looking through, it looks like not so much that the wall here has collapsed, but that something at some point has burrowed through. You look for signs of what could have possibly done this, but there's a thick layer of dust throughout this chamber, except for what has been stirred up from when Grace ran into the room initially. It looks like, even though it is a very thin passageway through, if everybody moves very carefully, you could walk through to the other side.
Even with the boat?
No, not with the boat. Definitely not. One thing I do want to say, and let me check your vision here.
You cut out there.
I know, I took my finger off here. As you kind of move from side to side, looking through this narrow tunnel, you can see what looks to be a pillar on the other side, blocking your vision of the rest of the room.
And as I notice them, it's like, oh, hey, be careful in there. Under the staircase area, there's a trap.
How did you get in here?
Well, I'm going to proceed very slowly through the tunnel and just see what's in there.
Okay. Stop right there. Everybody stop. Right where you are. As you approach, you can see very clearly several pillars. There's a large spiral staircase, which looks very, very alarming, right? Because you guys had traveled all throughout the upper level of the temple, and you never found a spiral staircase. So it's very confusing about where this may be. What is your passive perception, Irtos?
In this form, 13.
Womp womp. No. Is it? I thought you keep your wisdom when you're yeah, you keep your wisdom stores through wild shape.
Alright, well then it's 15.
Okay, 15. And stealth. Oh yeah. It doesn't matter anymore. So you walk in and you hear a and you're immediately startled because it sounds like it's very, very close. Everybody roll initiative. Even Grace, I forgot your name. I'm so bad at this. Even Grace, as you walk in the room, you're also surprised to hear this noise, as you've already been through this chamber and you didn't see anything when you came through.
Yeah, that's especially surprising.
It is. Well, I rolled crazy high on my stealth check. Was that noise? It went something like it wasn't a very good noise. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure, but I just want to check. Because I think that Thorin might be the only one. I did, Ozzy. Thorin, what's your passive perception?
19.
Okay, still not high enough. So everybody is surprised, meaning that you will not get to act in the first round of combat.
Dogwoggle will rage, so he gets to act during the surprise round.
Okay, that's great. Anybody else have a class feature that would negate that?
I'm looking.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yes, she does. Oh my god.
No, I don't see anything here.
Okay, so Dogwoggle, you get to go first in combat. And you will actually get to take your action because of Feral Instinct. So what would you like to do? So your friends walk in, you hear it, and then from where you're standing, you have no idea what it is. You're gonna go running forward, yeah?
Yep, I'm gonna go charging in. I'm gonna kill anything that I see.
That's good in theory, except when you get to the entrance here, because we've already discussed this. There is no way in hell that you are fitting through these narrow passageways with everything strapped on your back.
Okay, so I guess as my free interaction with an object, can I just drop everything?
You could, but can you remind me the description of how you fastened this boat to your back?
Yeah, it's like a backpack.
Yeah. You remember we said you punctured pigeons in the side, and you took rope and
rope around it, so I just shrug it off like a backpack.
That wasn't exactly the image I had in my head. But sure. We'll allow that. So you just drop the boat and all your valuables, everything just kind of, it scatters all over the ground. You're going to pick that up later. And then you're going to charge forward, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay. Is this a dash action then for turn?
No, it's gonna be a movement.
Okay. You're going to have to move at half speed through these narrow tunnels, just because you are very large, even without carrying all that garbage. You're pressed from front to back, and it would be very difficult. You're like scraping on both sides.
Okay.
And I would say that anybody else can move through here without too much difficulty, except for Claw. You're also quite large, so you would have a hard time moving through.
Okay, so moving to there is 10 feet.
Yes.
So that's 35.
Yep, that works for me.
Okay. And then, yeah, I'll attack this one that I see here. I'm going to attack recklessly.
All right, hit. Ooh-wee. That is a magical attack. I hate you, Ozzy, so badly. 20, 33.
And that will be my turn.
Oh man, this is going to be harder than the Planetaur. Okay, here we go. Surprise. Surprise. Narking. I don't know, Gloomstalkers. There's nothing that would have...
Yeah, nothing specifically about that.
Surprise. Surprise. Surprised. The vampires. No, that was the wrong direction. Okay. Ignore that. Nothing to see here. So these things, right? They are climbing. Currently, they're like climbing downward from these large vertical pillars that you see throughout the chamber. And just assuming that's always on, Grace. You don't ever have to actually cast it. I'm just always going to assume that you have your AC set for mage armor because it's at will, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they start like crawling down, and as they do, they're baring their teeth at you, and you can see they have long black nails that are like they almost look like little spiked chips of granite on the end of their nail. So they start climbing down, and then they kind of hop, and they start swarming the entrance. Okay. So I'm going to move them all first. This one here is kind of like climbing up on the wall, hovering here, and it's going to reach down and into the hall trying to grab at Eartos. This one here is going to run there. That one's going to go over here, there, and then we got one more that's kind of just, I don't know, well, that was way too far. Let's say just stops right here. She's just gonna hop on this pillar, and you see her standing maybe 20 feet up, and she's just watching and laughing, bearing those sharp fangs. And let's attack some people. Yeah. First one attacking Eartos. Sure, I don't have advantage toggled. Okay, good. Eartos, do not take any damage yet, because as this thing, remember I said it's like reaching around the corner trying to get you with its hand. She doesn't have it drawn. She has to draw the sun sword in order for it to emanate the light. So he reaches in and it grabs you, and it's going to have you grappled. Okay? And then once it has you and it's grasping you by your dinosaur neck, you can see it kind of lunge forward, and it's going to bite. And that bite, because you are grappled, even the attack roll does not matter. You are just sinks its teeth in. You take 7 piercing and 3 necrotic, and your hit point maximum is reduced equal to the necrotic amount taken. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is going to.
Quick question first.
Yeah.
My max hit point is decreased. My
3.
normal form or wild state form?
The same. It's your maximum hit points. Your wild shape form is, you remember, it's you just have a pool of hit points while you're in that form. This affects like it's your body doesn't change. Like you change your shape, but you're still the same person, the same being, if that makes sense. Okay. Second one, the one standing immediately in front of you, is she just slashes at you twice, left, right, and we'll see what she does here. Hit for 5 slashing, and then another miss. I'm sorry. And then the next 2 here, attacking Dogwoggle. Miss. Oh, advantage. I'm sorry.
Advantage, yeah.
15 is a miss.
Is a hit.
Is a hit. That's totally what I said. So go ahead and take the 8. And then another 8 to Dogwoggle. Then the second one that was attacking you, again with the claws. Yep, take 15. And then it's going to try and bite you. It will be an attack roll because she doesn't have you grappled. 17. It's a hit, so you're gonna take a whopping 6 damage, and your max hit points is reduced by 2. If you do the ticket and it doesn't work, it's because you don't have any bucks. All right, the last vampire. It helps if I hit my push to talk. The last vampire is going to attack Grace, reaching around the corner, same as the other one attacking Irtos. Doesn't have advantage, so 15 is a miss, correct?
Correct, I think.
Yeah, your AC should be like 16 or 17 with mage armor.
I don't quite understand how to calculate it.
Well, mage armor is 13 plus your dex mod.
17.
Okay. Then it's gonna try to get you again. Hey, that'll do it. So you take 9, and then your hit point max is reduced by 3. Okay. Start round 2. Surprise round is over. Everybody can take their actions once again.
Can I do a reaction?
What reaction do you have?
Misty escape?
Yeah. What's the trigger for Misty Escape? You know, banish and put response arm when you take damage.
Taking damage.
Okay. Yep. 60 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. So where are you going to? You having some trouble there?
Control, sorry.
Okay, and then we are invisible. Alright, Dogwoggle, you can continue with your turn.
Okay, so Dogwoggle is going to continue to attacking the one that he attacked before. Again, he's just going to attack recklessly.
(26, 21) both hit. Is the same one, right?
The same one, yeah. And that will end his turn.
Alright, Thorn? Oh, there he is.
So Thor will be able to tell what these things are that's attacking, correct?
Yeah, everybody can. They are very most definitely vampires.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use my channel divinity for my turn.
See or here. Damn it. Within 30 feet, 5, 10, 15. Yeah. Okay, that's all of them. What's your save DC?
15.
Okie doke. We're gonna go left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's about what I expected. All right. They are all afraid. And then you said you were finished, yeah?
Yep.
Where is it? There it is. Frightened. And again. Now, King, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to
Could
cast
never
the spell
find it.
Spike Growth and center it just behind the vampires.
That's a good strategy. I like where he's thinking, but I'm gonna ruin his day here.
Okay, so
20-foot radius.
yeah, is that in the compendium? Or the
That's a 20-foot radius.
really? It's that big?
It's a little bit big, but yeah, it's pretty big. I mean, it's 40 feet from end to end.
Okay, well, I place it there so that the edges are just touching the vampires, like so.
So, like, okay, right there. Moves into or within the area. Okay, awesome.
And that's my action.
Where you're gonna go? Why are you making noise? Map layer. Grace. Grace.
So, yeah, sorry, I forgot to hit my push to talk. So, I'm going to try. What's that symbol on me?
You're invisible.
Oh, of course I am. So, I want to try and creep up that left channel, but I want to kind of stay out of reach of the vampire. So, I think that gets me about.
Okay.
Having trouble with the controls again here. And then I am
Well, hold on.
going.
Because if you stand here at the mouth there, that's where you were the last time when they hit you. So did you want to move up that far, or did you want to stay back? Okay, there we go. How long does she stay invisible? Is it until she takes an action? Because it's not invisible.
Like I said, having control problems. Okay. I do want to go ahead with Eldritch
Start of your next turn.
Blast towards the one I can. That one.
Oh, well, there's an action anyway. Eldritch Blast, you said the one in the back. Go ahead and roll it. Ooh,
And I think that takes off my invisibility, yeah.
Your invisibility ends at the beginning of your turn. I was just reading Misty Escape. So 8. That's 15, and then a critical followed by a fumble. That's like the third time you've done that exactly tonight.
It's my specialty.
I see this. All right, let's roll one at a time. Crit. Your spell has been infused with Fey energy. Roll a d10. If your target's current health is lower than number rolled, they fall asleep. That doesn't matter. That's not gonna matter one bit. Yeah. What? Nope, didn't matter one bit. Anyway, and then the fumble. Let's see how this goes. Your spell misfires and dazes you, causing you to lose track of the fight. You end your current turn, move to the bottom of the initiative order in the round. Irtos, that means it is your turn.
Alright, do I have to do anything about the one that grappled me?
Well, you are grappled unless you use your action to try and make an escape DC. In the meantime, if you don't want to do that, then you just attack with disadvantage.
Alright,
Grappled.
Oh no, grappled is just your move speed. That's not that's restrain. Sorry.
still attacking the one that's got me grappled.
That is a hit.
There, I'll bite
All
him
attacks are
back.
the same one.
Yes.
7, 10, 19, 20. Yeah, got it. And then you're finished.
Other than the critical bite.
Critical. Yep. You're able to disarm your opponent.
With a bite? Yeah.
Bite his hand off.
Well, yeah, you're not. You can totally bite his hand off, and oh, it tastes foul, but it's too bad that she still has another hand in her teeth. Claw, what are you doing? Isn't the sword supposed to tell me? No.
Move
No.
up into this hall.
Nobody identified the sword. You just know, oh, it's shiny.
And can I hit that there? That's next.
All right, guys, you gotta let Karis play her character. Quit trying to dictate what she's gonna do. That's not cool. Are you gonna attack?
Well, will I be able to hit that one right next to Dog
Yes, the one that's corner adjacent.
Okay, so I kind of flex my hand out and then claw at him.
That's a hit. Uh, 23, 26, 7, 16. Okay, anything else?
Nope.
And okay, all the vampires are going to take their turn, right? Let's do the 3 that are feared first, because what's going to happen is they're going to move because they're feared, but then because they move within the spike growth, they're just going to eat it and take damage. Is it D4 per 5 feet or?
Yep,
2d4 for 5 feet. So go ahead and just you can just chuck a bunch of dice there, and then we'll sort it out. Three? You want to do 3 damage to each, or do you want to roll 2d4 for each? There you go. There you go. So 3 to the first, 5 to the second, and the third, and 5 to the third as well.
There's a claw attack for attack of op on the third one as well.
Oh, I see. Okay. 4.
I'll attack the one that's moving away from me as well.
They're all moving away. Which, left, middle, or right?
Oh, sorry, the one that I've been attacking.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so those 3, they move, they get hurt by claws and spikes and everything. That will break the turn undead. And so no longer being turned, they're gonna turn and re-enter combat. They don't have a fly speed, damn it. So, doing so, they have to walk through the 5 feet of the spikes again. So, Gnarl King, if you could, 6d4 again. He's already started. 3, 3, and 7. Ouch. Ouch. Big ouch. Okay. Who let you in here? Alright. Now they're going to attack. And they're going to first let's attack Irtos again. Still grappled, right?
Yes, I did not break away from it. I just attacked him back.
Chomp! And that's automatically a hit because you are grappled. So 7 piercing, 11 necrotic. Your max hit points reduced by 11. Second attack from the same one. It just gonna claw at you. Ah, misses. The 3 vampires combined are all going to attack Dogwoggle. Is this advantage again because of Reckless?
Yeah, because I did Reckless last turn.
Good. Alright, first vampire. Take 5. Or no, you're raging, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so take 2. Then it's going to try to bite you. Yeah, totally clicked it. There we go. So you're gonna take, we're gonna call it 4 and 4. Reduce your max hit points by 4 again. The third and final vampire attacking you. First, the claw for another 3 slashing, and then the bite, which totally misses. And then the last vampire spawn is going to be reaching in through the corridor, trying to attack Kitty Cat. Not with advantage. Yoda, you are a monster. Nat 20 to the vampire. Say. Did I say claw? I meant to say it was trying to bite you. Oh man, it's a critical. So another 3d6 damage. 2d. The last 2d6s are necrotic. Okay, so you're gonna take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 piercing. You might want to subtract that first, and then you're gonna take 19 necrotic damage, which means your maximum hit points is reduced by 19. And for everybody, I hope that you've been tracking these. The hit point reduction lasts until you finish a long rest. Okay. Dogwoggle. I missed a claw attack.
All right. Well, Dogwoggle's going to try and finish off the one that he's been attacking so far. Again, going to attack recklessly.
Yes. Yes. Tell you what, guys. I know everybody here, don't forget to enter that giveaway. And if you don't have enough bucks to enter that giveaway, I'm feeling generous. Everybody's getting some bucks. Go ahead, get yourself some tickets in there. We'll try to make somebody very happy tonight. Okay. Attack. Yep. Hit. That is a dead vampire.
Awesome. And then I'm going to turn and attack the one immediately to my left.
Oh no. Oh no. And crit. You begin to recognize patterns in your opponent's fighting technique. You gain +2 to your AC against the vampire spawns, and advantage on all saves from effects originating from their target until the end of turn.
Cool. And that will end my turn.
All right, Thorn.
All right. Let's see. From my position here, I'm essentially just going to double check this. Yep. I'm going to cast Bless on Irtos, Dogwoggle, and Kitty Cat.
Bless, Dog Woggle, Ear Toast, Kitty Cat. Can you see Kitty Cat? Oh, you're at the bottom there.
It's going to pretty much take my turn.
All right, Gnarl King.
Okay,
Level
I'm
is
going
Dog
to
Woggle.
launch 2 arrows at the vampire spawn dead ahead of me.
He is level 7, I believe. Yep. 2. Yep, both hit for 23.
Okay, and that's it for now.
Grace.
Am I actually at this position and wasn't I supposed to drop down to last for this turn?
You are correct. Thank you for reminding me. I meant to say ear toast.
Yeah, I'm trying to drag a circle onto the board, but it won't.
Eris, thank you for the biddies. Appreciate it. Oh my god.
That's good enough.
What
Right
the heck
there.
is it?
Something bad.
I want to be able to see what we're fighting here. That, and I want to be able to see the rest of the room.
Oh no. Okay. Give me 1 second, okay? I'm gonna shove the. I'm gonna delete your radius because it's ginormous. But I will add a light source here. I wish I had that. All right, let's add it right there. Bright light in 60 feet, dim in an additional 60. I don't think it matters. It's just 120, 60 feet,
Yeah, the room's not that big.
all players. All right. They did. They took attack as opportunity. You guys have to give it a second because a lot of people entered all together. You have to like the bot's still
We have
parsing.
what you cut out there.
I know, I was talking to chat. Okay. So you drop the daylight and immediately like you see all the vampires drop and they as they are holding up their hands trying to shield their faces. And you can see there's blisters forming on their skin. Are you finished?
Let's push everyone back while I become real big.
Oh boy. Because that's not an actual thing that happens with wild shape. Like, you're just gonna be goofy here for a second. Back, there we go. All right, are you finished?
Yep, did my spell and my bonus action.
Oh, take it 50. Oh
Okay,
my
I'm
god.
going to punch that
Oh
vampire
my
that almost
god.
punch her. Is that a miss?
With 11? Yes.
$17.
17 is a hit.
I'm going to flurry of blows and
Damn you and your. Who's pinging what?
all of that one vampire.
Another 22. All right.
That's it.
Okay, the vampire's turn. And at the beginning of the turn, as you see this radiant energy kind of beaming down on everybody, you see those blisters beginning to form and rot. You can see that these creatures are extremely sensitive to the light. I mean, you knew that, right? Okay, so that's that. Those two are dead. That leaves only 3 remaining. Oh, this guy too. Can't forget about her. Okay, so she's gonna run in, and she's just gonna kind of climb up on the wall there, taking the position of the other. Leaves 4 that are still in the chamber. The 2 are gonna attack the giant dinosaur that just materialized. The other 2 attacking Dogwoggle. And dinosaur attacks first. Hit for 6. Miss. 15's a miss. Yeah, it is. Miss. And there's a hit for 7. 12. No, 13. And 6 less max HP. Then the 2 against Dogwoggle, advantage.
Yes.
Claw. Hit. Total of 17. Bite. 2 more hits for 12. Well, okay. 11 piercing, and then 6, 7, 8 necrotic, so 4 necrotic. Hit point. And then Grace, it is your turn again, and a benevolent Twitch god has gifted you once more with a nat 20.
Oh, how sweet. Do I have any lingering effects from that spell last time?
No, it's your turn. You're ready to go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, I'm going to hit the Eldritch Blast at that one straight ahead.
Wait a minute, does daylight require concentration?
No, it doesn't. I triple checked just to make sure.
Hey.
Does that
Eldritch
mean I
Blast
actually have
directly
advantage?
ahead. No. 11, 24. 24 is a hit for 3. Oh no, you have a nat 20. So the first one hits 2, and I need you to roll another d10, please. For another 5. And then your roll on the crit table, your spell cripples your opponent. Their move speed is cut in half for the next 2 turns.
Nice. Thank you, benevolent Twitch god.
Alright, Dogwoggle.
Alright, well, let's continue the assault, I guess. The one immediately to my left. Going to attack recklessly. In fact, I'll attack the one directly ahead of me.
Both hit, and yep. Are you finished?
Yeah, that's it.
Thorin?
Alright, so just going to utilize Sacred Flame. I can click on it.
I believe. That cross ability. Oh, this is a save though. Still failed.
The one
In the middle?
right about there.
Okay.
It
Yeah, it failed and took the damage.
That's it.
Great. Alright, Gnarl King.
Okay. Can I see any of these vampires past the huge dinosaur right in front of me?
Yeah, he does. Allies don't block line of sight or movement.
Okay. Real quick, I was just thinking, if that were the case, I'd jump up on Irtos's back, draw my sword, and use my mounted combatant feat to gain advantage on my melee attacks against the vampires. Would that work?
I will allow it if Irtos is a
No
willing participant.
objection.
Okay. So then moving forward, we're going to be treating Irtos like a mount, and you are the rider. So go ahead and hop on up there.
Okay. And I'll aim a sword strike at the one in front of me.
Yep, a hit. And another hit. And that first one is dead. Oops.
Okay, and that is my turn.
All right, Irtos, what's your action?
Attack one is still standing there. The one in the corner that's been biting me this whole time.
Yeah. First attack hits it, and oh no. All right, never mind. Both. Nope. Got it. All right, just ignore me. I don't know how to play this game. What am I doing? All right, first attack hits it for 12. Then what? No, because he's an intelligent creature. If you mount an intelligent creature, it can still take actions on its turn without being commanded.
I wasn't supposed to hit the button.
I'm sorry? I didn't hear what you said. All right. Moving on. Claw? Hello?
The vampire.
It's the claw.
Alright, there you go. Attack 9 is a hit. Hit.
Hit it again.
Hit.
Flurry of blows.
Hit. For another 13. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's.
And then still standing within the daylight spell, you see the vampires begin to burst into flame. Their bodies crumbling to ash as they are consumed by its radiant light. Yeah, you're dead too. Ready for the speed. That'll be the end of combat. And actually, I think that would be a good place to wrap up for today. It's already 10:30. We've been playing for quite a while, and it's a good stopping point. So when we come back, we can finish exploring this room. We get further in, and I don't know, see what else the temple has in offer. All right, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Before we finish, let's see who is the winner for our giveaway. So, let's see what we got here. Entries have stopped. No longer enter. And tell me who won, bot. Maybe. Oh, I have to tell it to pick the winner. I know what I'm doing. Mizzy M, you have won. Please speak up in chat if you are here. Yeah, okay, there he is. So, Mizzy, I'm going to need you to send me a private message. Let me know if you would prefer the Player's Handbook or the Xanathar's Guide to Everything. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure you come back tomorrow. Every Sunday at noon, we play Princes of the Apocalypse, and we will be giving away one more book on Roll20 in celebration of our 5K followers. And if you enjoyed the stream, make sure you hit that follow button. If you haven't already, make sure you join us in the Discord. That's where we hang out through the week. That's where a lot of games are organized. And also check out the schedule events so you can see all the days that we play D&D on this channel. I'm Daddy Warbucks, and thank you for coming and hanging out.